Hey, welcome back to the crafting trailer. Hi. So doing another project, and as I'm set up, it occurred to me, oops, I forgot something I needed. So it's like, crap. Oh well. Well, we're gonna roll with it. Okay, so I'm gonna mostly recreate a card I've done before. I don't have the original, so this is crumb cake. So we're gonna dive right in because we've got a few more steps than normal to work on this cutie. Or not really cutie, but this nice, elegant, birthday nautical theme. Ow, I just poked myself with a finger. There's something in my bag here. Anyways, but yes, I totally didn't realize I forgot one of the components. Alright, so then we got this. We got some brown paper. We're gonna put these together. And then we've got a whole bunch of heat embossing we're doing in the trailer. There we go. And then it would help if I get my ink out too, which I didn't really do that yet. So the ink we're using for this card is Early Espresso. Let me pull it out. There it is, Early Espresso. I hope this works. I certainly hope. Alright, so let me get going here. Alright, so first thing, I'm just going to stamp the inside panel. I gotta find my birthday stamp. There it is. So let's grab me a block and dive right into this project. So wishing you an amazing birthday. It's a good phrase. So let's get one of these going. Get myself set up a little better here. So for this step, we're not heat embossing. We're just going plain normal. Ta-da! Wishing you an amazing birthday. Now my ink is a little weak, so this might be a little interesting for today. We will make do with what we can. I know a couple tricks around it. Alright, so this stamp set, Retired, Humming Along, is great for birthday. So with that stamp set's going away. Alright, let me just put that over there. Let me throw a bunch of stuff around here that we're not going to need yet. Oops. Alright, let me get the heat embossing stuff out. Because we're going to have a whole whack of that we're doing. So I'm just going to put some of the unnecessary pieces aside. And we'll dive in. Alright, so then we're going to do the sailboat because we got to die cut that at some point. And that's this beautiful sailboat. And then for the heat embossing, let me get all the materials out. Because we're going to be using clear. Yes, clear is clear. Clear's my favorite. Alright, just going to put that there. That's another clear, but I don't need that right now. It'd be helpful if I'm with it. A little flustered. Only a tiny bit. It occurred to me, my last video, I left it still recording while I was packing up the last project and doing stuff. So it's like, oops. So I had to go watch the replay a little bit on, did I say something stupid? Alright, so here's our clear powder. We're just going to get primed here. And then here's our embossing buddy. Let's get that primed as well. And then, just to help this along, I noticed yesterday at home, if I kind of pre-moisten the stamp, it seems to work really, really well. So I gotta ink this up really, really well. And then throw it on the thing. And then right away throw it in the powder. And I hope that suffices. In the meantime, I'm going to clean my stamp. We'll get back to the powder in a sec. Alright, so then I gotta remember where all my positioning of stuff is here. Now, I'm gonna laugh if I knock out my power. This is a good test. If I knock out my power. That could happen. Alright, let's bring our heat tool. Here we go. Give this a moment to get going. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're moving on good. Alrighty. Now it's just a quick throw it on there. Alright. Of course I got a little bit of powder at the table, but that's okay. Yeah, it turned out quite decent. Alright, so then let's bring back the supplies. Reset. Because we have 3 more heat embossing rounds to do. So I'm just going to pour my powder back in here. And this is the older clear that I'm still working with. Alright, let's bring that back in. So I got die cut that, so I at least want to get that dealt with. And actually, we're going to change gears a little. We need a phrase. Now, I goofed. I didn't bring the happy birthday phrase I would have used for this. So I need to improvise quickly. And come up with something else. So, oh, I got like the itchies, honey. Gotta love mosquito season. Alright, look what we got here. Now, I don't think I have any stamps with my vendor stuff. Nope. So I'm limited to what I have here today. So let's have a peek-see. Because we already put Have an Amazing Birthday on the inside. We've got some good stuff here. All I can think of is the hello. That's the only thing I can go with. Everything else just doesn't fit. So we're just going to go with the hello. And actually, I'm going to do something with it. I'm thinking about that now. Just to change it up. We'll come back to that. Hey, mosquitoes, will you go away, please, and bother someone else? What do you got? Bug the kitty. So I think I might need a thicker piece of paper to pull this off. Than what I've pulled out here. It would help if I put this on properly, too. Oh, I'm on a roll today. Oh my goodness. Try this again. Nope. See, I get flustered when I don't have things right. Alright, we're just gonna go with that. Okay, I need a different piece of paper. Different white. Which we have. We got lots of options. Alright, let's go with whatever this is. That'll work. Sure thing, once I get everything to cooperate here. Alright, so first time using one of these stamps. We're going to heat emboss, of course. There we go. And here we go. Actually, nope, we got to prepare the surface. Alright, now we can go. Now I have to position as well this time. Hurry up, throw the powder on there. There we go. Okay, we're good. Oof. That way it gives me a moment to put these stamps away. And this is Sunshine Vibes. So the first I'm using is Sailing Home, which is well retired. Sunshine Vibes is current, and it's a lovely one. Just going to stick it back in the case. Oh no, the first stamp set was Humming Along. Second stamp set is Sunshine Vibes. Third stamp set is... No, hold on. First stamp set, Humming Along. Second stamp set, Sailing Home. Third stamp set, Sunshine Vibes. We're good now. I don't even know the names of my ABCs. Yeah, that's fine. So to shake off some of the powder on there, I'm going to move that over. We're going to heat blast that baby. And beautiful. So we'll give that time to cool off before we cut it. But yes, that turned out beautiful. All right, next piece of the project is we need the compass. So back to Sailing Home. So we need the compass, and we also need to prepare everything. And we're going to do the lighthouse as well. I swear, heat embossing is such a game changer when you get into it. I promise you, if you ever try it, you're going to love it. Oh yeah, so the technique from earlier I found, if I wet the stamp, it seems to work a little better. Even though I'm just pounding that on there. Now I forgot to prep the surface quickly. It should work. I hope so. We'll find out shortly, because I kind of didn't do that very well. Clean that stamp. We're going to put that stamp away. We're going to get the lighthouse out next, which I don't have the correct block for it, but we will make do. Alright, so let's see how this has come along. I hope this works. Yes, it did get some powder, thankfully. So let's heat that up. Beautiful. It works really great when you're dealing with the Designer Series paper stamping on there. Oh, that turned out beautiful. All right, prep for the next round. And even though this has quite a few steps to it, it's actually pretty easy to do compared to the Christmas cards that I made for my mother. And this original card was a card for my uncle that overall it turned into, well, make another one. Because she wanted another birthday card. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, how's this one? Can I make this one again? Oh yeah, that one was a good one. Great, so I know what I'm doing. So ink it really, really well. It helps when you're using the Paper Pumpkin inks to have accessible the refill bottles to help work this really, really well. Because otherwise, it makes it a little harder. If you don't have sufficient ink, it just doesn't come up very well at all. So clean that stamp. And we're actually about done the stamping. Woohoo. This card's pretty easy. We're making good timing on this one. Alrighty, so then I'm going to put this one away. I'll get back to all that in a moment. So the recap, Humming Along, Sailing Home, Sunshine Vibes. Alright, let's shake that out. I'm going to put that over, grab my tweezers so I can hang on to this. It's got some good powder on there. Beautiful. Freaking wonderful. And that's it for now for heat embossing. So, woohoo! We got something done. Alright, so I'm just going to pack up some of the supplies. That way it's not so chaotically out there. Put that off to the side for a moment. Yeah, I still prefer using the coffee filter with heat embossing. It's my preference. It's just easier to clean up. Alright, and then this sheet on the table has a bit of film on it from the powder. So I'm just gonna shake that out as mosquitoes are bugging me. Of course they are. Alright, so next is die cutting. Let's get that going now to get that nice sailboat die cut. Oh, where's my die cutter? Way over there. Let's see if I can get this while I'm on the mic here. I have to find my plates, which I know where they are. Alright, let's get this die cut. Alright. Because we have the matching dies for the sailing home, which is called Smooth Sailing Dies. There she is. So I know I'm probably hard to see. It's dark over here because the lighting is starting to get later in the day, so we are getting poor lighting here. That should be good. We're going to run through and find out. There we go. Yep, that worked pretty darn good. So now we can assemble the card. Now we're also going to need some thread. We'll get to that shortly. And we got to cut out that phrase because I changed it from the original. Alright, and as my pure habit, I like to put stuff on the floor because that way I have it nearby. Somebody's wolfy bums barking out back. Or out, well, behind me. One of the neighbor dogs, a couple doors down. Alright, so then let's bring in our pieces. It's really a simple card, but it's really pretty. Alright, let's get that cut. Where's my paper trimmer? Hiding. As I got things literally everywhere here. Alright. So that's roughly, I'll just go there. I don't even know what size it is, but we're rolling with it. Alrighty. And put the white piece away. I'm getting old. It's getting hard to move around. Alright, I like where I put that. Everything falling. Okay. Anyway, fun. Alright, so, I got one more stamping to do. I'm going to do it now. Is on the back of the card, the angel policy. So because I'm more or less kind of sort of selling but not selling this card, I still want to put on the back a way of identifying me. This is part of it. It's a little wonked out, but that's okay. So give that a quick cleanse. Alright, now we're done with the stamping. So now it's totally assembly. So we're going to start with the inside, which is the easiest. So I put each of the four corners and a piece in the middle of adhesive. Make sure my direction is correct for my card. There we go. Okay, and then this here is going to go on dimensionals, but we also got to get some thread going on. So, which I think is different than how I did it the first time, but that's okay. So I got to get things positioned down there. Thank you, mosquitoes. So not the same card, but we're rolling with it. So that way I can kind of see where I'm going with the thread. And Around and around. See, it helps to put sticky on the back so I can work with this. There we go. I just do it twice. Cut that. Get that on there. And that should be suffice for what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to take a whole bunch of dimensionals and get this on. Dimensionals, where did I put? Yeah, we're going to need a whole whack of them. Because of the heat embossing, the paper is a little bit warped. So we're going to need more than normal. To help get it on there good. So yeah, a lot more dimensionals than normal to make this stick really well. And then before I totally make sure my line here is pretty good for the thread, I like it. Just in case I need to quickly adjust it before I glue everything down. Of course, I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes now. Yay! They like me a lot. Alrighty, so then let me do this on camera too, that'd be helpful. This gets centered on here like so. Yes, I like my Coca-Cola too much. Then let's get a bunch of dimensionals on here. We're going to do a fair bit as well. Because we're going to position that around that thread. Just that was a little bit off the sheet. And that's gonna go on there. I know it's a little big, but we're rolling with it. And we're gonna get some dimensionals on here, on the sailboat, and we're gonna cut a piece to make it work for the other end. There we go. We're making good progress. And then bling time, bling, 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 bling. Yeah, I got like something constantly bugging me on that side. Alright, and then there's our sailboat. Alright, so bling. Last step of the card. I think I have something sufficient in here. We shall see. I certainly hope so. Yep, that's the ones I used the first time. And looks like I only used 3. 3 is my golden number when it comes to bling. Now, part of me is feeling like that's too white, eh? Okay. This is the part where I'm going to improvise a little tiny bit. So I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper and I'm going to blending brush it a little. It's something I do. So I feel like it needs a little bit of weathered look to it. There we go, that's coming along nicely. This helps, so if you've glued it down and you want to add something, Helps if you just have a scrap piece of paper to help pick up where you left off at. Now ideally, this isn't always effective, but it changes the look of it, eh? There we go. I love it. I love it. It just needed something, you know. So, and then, of course, I don't have the right paper on me, but I'll just kind of scrub that on here. I need that later. Alrighty. Now I can put the rest of the bling on. It just needed, it's too white. Now I could do the same for the boat, but I'm going to leave the boat as is. I want the boat to stay as is. Alright, and then, ta-da! Card is done! What do you guys think? What do you think? Happy birthday. And the very last step is my sticker. Ta-da! Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you love it. Bye for now. Feel free to check us again in the Crafting Trailer in 2026.